Hey guys, in the last couple of days, a lot of people have asked me to help them with their gameplay. And I thought instead of trying to get to each and every one of them individually, I'd put a video on YouTube so that way I can help a lot more people than just the people that watch my stream. Now, I have written what I believe is the right way. Now, it's 4 steps to victory. Now, as you can see up in the top corner, the first one is choosing the right deck. Now, you've got to choose a deck that is going to complement how you play the game. Some people like to rush, some people like to push, some people like to sit back and defend and wait for the opportunity. So when you see all them videos out on YouTube saying, this is the deck you should be using, this is the deck you should be using, I'm not saying don't use them. By all means, give them a shot. But just sit back and think, how do I play the game? And then what troops do you need to make that come into your gameplay? So first of all, we're just going to have a look at my troops. Now, I've got a couple of, like, this is my low account. I do have a higher account, but I Twitch with this one. And I don't know, I like playing on the lower one because not everyone's level 8, level 9. So this helps me get in touch with a lot more people. So as you can see, it's just random. Level 5, I don't really have many cards to choose from, but I do have a random deck, and then I've got a really bad one that I challenge the lower people with. It's not really bad, it works. So we'll just get into one of my recent gameplays, and I'll point out just some mistakes that I believe shouldn't be getting made. It's just knowing the order of your deck and the placement of your troops. I find it really, really important, and I will show you in a second what I actually mean by this. So this is with a guy in my stream that I've nicknamed Uncle Fred because he's come in and he said he's got no name. So as you can see, Uncle Fred is level 4, I'm level 5, so it's a little bit of a disadvantage. Now the first thing he did in this gameplay was put it straight at the middle. I'm not a fan of this. A lot of people do it. I find it would have been better if he actually placed the P.E.K.K.A back first, or even placed the Knight back first, and then waited for the Knight to make it up closer, then place the P.E.K.K.A, and then hopefully you've got enough elixir to place a third one, and it would just make your push a lot better straight at the start of the game. So we'll continue on with this. Also, another good thing to do is look at your deck and think, is this the deck I want to use? And if it's not, you can actually change your deck throughout the game. You put cards out and then the order changes. So for the first 2 minutes of a game, I normally try to mix it up and try to get the deck I actually want. Now, as you saw what Uncle Fred did there, he put his troop right here when he could have put it back a lot further, and like a lot further back. And then by the time he made it up to here, the tower would have been attacking him, the troop coming upwards, and he would have been attacking it, and he wouldn't have taken no damage. Like, as you can see, he's probably got 3/4 of health left, where he probably would have made it out with about 98% of health. And then he could have had 2 or 3 more groups of troops pushing with it. So we'll continue this video. After this video, I will play a game, and I'll show you what I mean by placement of troops. So we'll just speed this up a bit, just until we get into the fight. Now right here is an example of placement of troops. Well, this one's actually building. See, if he placed this building just beside his tower, it would be a lot better, and you'll understand why in about a minute, because there's actually an example in this exact match of why it's better to place your buildings a bit further back. Now, another one, placement of troops. Now, I have spoken to him, and the only issue he really has is his placements. So he placed his dragon here, but if he placed it further back, like behind the king castle, by the time it made it up, these troops pushing up from my lanes aren't going to make it that far because his bomber tower is going to demolish them. It's just going to throw one bomb, boom, they're all gone. So he's put his dragon up, and he's low on, as you can see up here, he's got 1 elixir left. 1.5. But if he placed it back further, by the time it made it to where it is now, he'd have about 4 or 5 elixir, which is a massive advantage because you can put that extra troop down. You know, it could be a giant, could be a P.E.K.K.A. And then while the dragon's getting attacked, the P.E.K.K.A. can just sweep the field. So we'll continue. Also, if you know how much damage troops do, don't be afraid to let your building take a little bit of damage. Don't let it take a lot, because obviously you need your buildings. But don't be afraid to let it take a little bit of damage. It's... how can I say it? It's not good, but sometimes it does work in your advantage. Like, just say if I put my musketeer in front of the tower and everything started attacking, my musketeer right now would be sitting at about 20% health instead of full. So my musketeer can walk up and pretty much do whatever he wants. And as you can see there, I put squishy troops that only cost, I think it's 1 elixir. And it saved my musketeer from dying. So once again, it's just the placement of your troops and the timing, because you've got to know how much time it's going to take the P.E.K.K.A. to get to your musketeer before you have to drop it. So if you can delay it as long as possible, it's actually better, because then the P.E.K.K.A.'s got to redirect to hit something. Now, placement of troops. Now, we've just hit 1 minute mark, which means it's double elixir. He's placed his troop right here, right in the center. If you look up, he's got 2 elixir. Like, 2 elixir is not a lot. And if you look in the middle of what I have there, I've got 2 towers. Like, he's not going to be able to take those towers. So what he should have done is waited for some elixir to build up, then placed everything at the back, and then let it push up. Now, I do find in the higher ranks that doesn't necessarily work, but down here in the level 4, 5s, and 6s, 1s, 2s, and 3s as well, sorry guys, it helps, because everybody's just rushing things. They think, oh, the more I put down, the quicker I'm going to demolish them. It's not the case. It's seriously not. So as you can see, I've put down them squishy troops again, soaked up all the damage. Alright. Now I think it's... Now we'll stop talking about his positioning of his troops, because he is one that likes to put him in the middle. But I have spoken to him, and he said he's going to stop. Now we'll slow this down right here. As you can see, I've put it in slow motion just so I can explain it a bit better. My musketeer is out of the range of his tower and his bomber tower. If he put his hut behind his bomber tower, it would have worked a lot better in his advantage, because while the musketeer is hitting their bomber tower, he's getting a little group of spear goblins just building behind the bomber tower, and my musketeer will also be getting hit off the tower itself, so it wouldn't have done that much damage. Alright, boys and girls. So now I'm done to do a gameplay. Now this is not my first video. I find it a lot easier to stream because it's live and it's interactive. Planning things isn't really my strong suit, so I'm just going to go in there and pretend I'm talking to my stream. And yeah, hopefully I can get a good gameplay. Okay, so it's level 5 versus level 5. I like to always start off with a good luck. Now, if he doesn't deploy, I don't like my mana to build up over 10, because then you're not doing anything with it. Alright, so this is 3. So we'll make him come over here. We'll get rid of these. And then we'll put some goblins over here. Now, as you can see, he got nothing. He didn't touch a thing. All he touched was my little thing, what I wanted him to touch, while my Tesla tower just sat there and just knocked him over. After this, I'll... hopefully during this gameplay, because I know he's got a giant skeleton, I'll see if I can make him do a roundabout. A roundabout's a really good thing to use in gameplay. Okay, so we need him to go over here. Redirection is also really good. He was going straight for my tower. Then I made him go for the little building, and then I made him go for my Tesla hut. Now I do have only squishy ones. I forgot to change my deck. So this is the one I battled Uncle Fred with. I should have swapped it up, but it didn't. So hopefully it pans out for me. Alright, so now I'm looking at my deck. I've got a minute 20 left. Now I've got to start getting rid of the things I don't actually want. In that order. Now I'm going to take a little bit of damage. Not much. Enough to hurt you. Now I know I said try not to deploy at the center, but in saying that all them minions and all them little critters, they were very cheap. They were very cheap to deploy, so it didn't really matter that much. Alright, now I'm going to try to push. 25 seconds left. I really want to win. It's going to be hard because of the deck I got, but we'll give it a crack. Now, I find it also good if you are going to use squishy troops to try to spread them out. Put one on one side, one on the other side. Because if he does chuck arrows, the chances of him killing you aren't really that good. Alright, now he's got the skeleton here. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to concentrate. Yeah, it's a little bit harder than I wanted it to be. Now I am trying to do this in all one video with no cuts, no takes, so I'm pretty upset that it's not going to happen. Now, he's about to deploy his balloon. No, he's not. I lost. Alright, we'll see if we can edit this. If I can't, then it's going to be in. That was my bad. I should have actually looked a bit better. There we go. That's the deck I wanted. Alright, now, knowing your deck, guys, first thing you should do always, now that I've got a good deck, is look. And then look what's coming next. So I've got Skeleton Army, I've got Flying Horde, I've got Barbs. So I'll put my Barbs down. Now I know that he's got a Giant. So I can keep. He's got a Giant. He's got a Skeleton Army. He's got and a Bomber. So I was going to say I'll keep my Skeleton Army for him. But in saying that, he's got a Bomber. If I put a Skeleton Army down and he puts his Bomber down, I'm not going to get very far. Now, once again, placing at the back. Now, the balloon is a bit faster than my Musketeer. Not much. So my balloon's going to get hit first off the Musketeer. No, it's not. I lie. Alright, boys. So now he's starting to push. He's probably going to get one hit off with his Musketeer. Or not. So now I'm going to wait. I'm going to let my mana build up because he's not pushing. He's not trying. So now, my Giant goes at the back. Because that's where I want him. And now I've replaced all my cards in the order that they were in. And I only replaced one card really. But now it's the deck I want. So now I can place a bit more further back. One here. There's his army. I knew it was coming, so I can take that out. So that's my giant covered. Now I should be able to push a bit harder now. He's going to put a Volk down. I'm waiting for his bomber to come out. But it didn't. See the placement there. So I'm going to let him push with his giant. So I'll just chuck these over here because they're going to be useless. Now the way I deal with another giant is it's a little bit weird for you, but not for me. So I'd do that, and then I'd place them at the back as well. So then the troops at the back are going to get hit. Now there's a possibility I could lose this tower, but it's something I'm willing to do for the video. But it's not going to happen. And then that way as well, like the giant doesn't attack, so it's a really good thing to attack, because while everything's attacking the giant, you're building up elixir to slowly get another force to push behind what you've already got built. And that's game over. I hope this video helped you a little bit. If it did, drop a like. If it didn't, man, you just tell me in comments. You tell me what I need to improve, because I would like to start sharing more videos with the public and fellow people on YouTube. I understand I'm not the most charismatic person or the best person to talk to while playing games. If my partner's sitting beside me and I'm playing a video game, I completely ignore her. So I'd like to say thank you for watching my video, and if you made it all the way to the end, I'd like you to press like, possibly subscribe, and there will be more videos. Just let me know what you want to see. Thanks, guys.